What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. If you're new here, thanks for checking out the video. My name is Jeremy and this is Jeremy's Wild World. As it's all for today's title, today's video is going to be me setting up a naturalistic terrarium for some absolutely gorgeous trapjaw ants. Now, the species we're featuring today is Odontomachus rixosus, commonly known as the red trapjaw ant, originating from Thailand. Now, these are an absolutely gorgeous species and one I've been looking to get to since starting the ant keeping hobby. I've been really getting into it recently and I got quite a few queens at the moment. So if you guys are looking forward to seeing what kind of species I'm currently keeping, do let me know down in the comments below and I will consider making a all my ants video. I do need to make a all my ants, all my true spiders, those kinds of videos. But for today, if you guys are looking forward to seeing what kind of ants I'm currently keeping, do let me know down below. So yeah, basically today's video is going to be me showing off the colony. Now this colony is a 11 to 20 worker starter colony for the Odontomachus, and they do get to quite large numbers, I believe up to around 500 workers per colony. But do let me know if I'm wrong. Of course, again, I am still new to the ant keeping world. And again, with how I'm setting up the terrarium, if you guys have any suggestions on ways I can improve it, do let me know down below also. But I'm really excited to set it up, show you guys the colony, and basically rehouse them in today's video. So before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to quickly say that according to my YouTube statistics, a lot of you guys who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you guys don't miss out on future content. Now, without further ado, let's start today's video by showing you the colony. Click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you guys don't miss out on future content. Now, without further ado, let's start today's video by showing you the colony.
Alright guys, so before we get into rehousing this absolutely beautiful colony of Odontomachus rixosus, which is the main focus of today's video, I just wanted to show the packaging, and because I'm so impressed by it, I thought I'd give you guys a look and, you know, just have a feel of what you would expect if you're ordering queens from a certain company. So as you can see right here from the business card, today's video is brought to you by Ant Antics. No, this is not sponsored, but I just want to give them a shout out. Didn't have to, you know, I paid full price for this and they probably don't even know I exist. But I thought I'd give them a shout out nevertheless because I'm so impressed with everything to do with their packaging. But yeah, so definitely do check them out. Here's their business card. Feel free to scan this barcode if you guys wish to, but don't worry, I will be leaving links in the description for them if you want to purchase some queens here in the UK. But yeah, so that is their business card, and you can have a look at the box before I show you all of this stuff. You can see right here, I love this. I don't know why, I just really like it. The fact that it has a logo and it's like a custom made box and everything. Oh, I love it. But yeah, you can also see within the packaging, you've got this foam stuff that's really firm. You know, it's just really great for ants because I'll show you in a sec that they cut out the slots within this foam to keep them secure so they're not shaking around too much, because let's be honest, Royal Mail are not the best with boxes. Like, I've had boxes chucked around and had dents in it, stuff like that, but the box came in fantastic condition, despite being a letterbox, which, you know, typically are thrown around and everything. But yeah, so let's have a look at these. So this is really unique that I've not seen when purchasing ants, and yes, I do have a few ants. If you guys would like to see more ant related content in the future, do let me know down in the description below. I could do like meet all my ants and stuff like that. But yeah, so as you can see right here, they do like these little certificates of ownership with like a stamp and everything. It just feels so cool. But as you can see, here is the certificate for the Odontomachus rixosus. As you can see, has all the information for them down here. So it was founded in Thailand, collected in the year of 2020, hashtag COVID years. And of course, I purchased these on the 28th of the 8th. But I really like these, and it even gives you like a unique number for each colony. I also purchased a colony of Mesobarbarus, so these aren't going to be featured today, but I will show them off, as well as the Odontomachus. But yeah, so it also comes with a few other little bits and bobs as well. I'll move that out the way because that is the little invoice. But yeah, so as you can see, look, you have like all of this stuff, so you can use this little barcode to have a look at their care guides for queens and stuff like that. And they have like a little guarantee, so 12 hours and stuff like that, and they have like a little security seal. This is what I like as well, that they do not recommend these because these are actually terrible for ants. Like, just please guys, don't use these like gel things. Do not use these at all, please. Just don't use them, they're not good. But yeah, so I'll show you like the little seal thing that they have on their thing. But yeah, so let's just take this little black bit off. This is where the business card was, and here's what I mean by they cut the test tubes so they slot in. You can see, look, they're not shaking around in there, like very secure. But let's show you quickly the Mesobarbarus queen. As you can see right here, I purchased a red-headed queen with a few nanitics, which are basically the starter workers. So I'm hoping that this colony will grow really, really big soon. Absolutely gorgeous species, and you know, a really great starter species of ant. If you guys are looking into getting into the world of ants for the first time, definitely recommend Mesobarbarus. So I'll just slot those back in, and I'll show you, of course, the colony that I'm going to be featuring in today's video. So as you can see here, guys, let's just get a quick zoom in. Here are the Odontomachus rixosus. Absolutely stunning, and you can see in there is quite a few workers. I did purchase a colony from 11 to 20, and I definitely think there is at least 20, if not more, workers in here. A few larvae at different stages and a few eggs. Nice little brood pile right there. I love the larvae of the species because they have these little fur things and they cling to the test tube. Let's show you the terrarium that I'm going to be housing them in now, and then I'll get that set up off camera and we'll get these absolutely gorgeous ants rehoused. Alright guys, so here's the enclosure I'm going to be rehousing the absolutely stunning Odontomachus rixosus colony into. Now this is going to be absolutely fantastic for a naturalistic terrarium setup. As you see right here, it's a custom aquaria enclosure. Now I do not know the exact dimensions for this because this did come from my friend Ryan over at the Animal Lad. If you guys haven't checked him out, definitely recommend doing so. He's a great friend of mine. He actually put me in line with Ant Antics with having the Odontomachus in cell. So without him, I wouldn't have been able to have this colony that I have right now. So again, dude, massive shout out to you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so as you can see here, guys, really nice terrarium. Now you're probably wondering, Jeremy, these are ants, they're going to climb out, you see the holes in the back. But let's just talk about Odontomachus for a quick second before I get to sorting this enclosure out and showing you what I come up with. Now with Odontomachus, they are of course a trapjaw species. This is of course because of their hunting mechanism with their jaws opening up at 180 degrees and closing really quickly on prey. If they do locate something, they are able to snap their jaws really quickly. It's probably one of the fastest actions of any animal in the world, really quick, and they're just so cool. And with my Monticolas, you can hear the snap, so I'm hoping you can hear the snap with the rixosus as well. Now I could have gone with like a tub and tube setup, or I could have done like, you know, one of them ant nests with like acrylic tank and stuff like that, but I wanted to go naturalistic because of a couple of reasons. First of all, unlike most ants, Odontomachus can't really climb glass and can't really climb very well in general, so they're pretty perfect for putting into a terrarium. And second of all, they are an active hunter, so it will be fantastic to have them walking around the gaps and looking for prey and stuff like that. I will be mostly feeding pre-killed, but I will occasionally throw in some live prey, maybe some bean weevils or fruit flies, something for them to chase down and hunt to bring out that naturalistic hunting action. So that's why I'm putting them into this glass enclosure. Absolutely fantastic. You can see right here is really clean. Just had to clean it up a little bit, but absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to set this up, and I'm going to do that now, and we'll cut back into the video once I have the tank set up.
So now that I put the enclosure together, I'm really excited to show you guys. So let's just pan out and take a look. So this is what I've come up with, guys, for this Odontomachus rixosus colony. Now do bear in mind, this is the first time I have put together a more naturalistic terrarium for an ant colony. So if it's not preferable, do let me know and I'm happy to change it around. But I think I'm quite happy with this enclosure. As you can see right here, it looks really nice from the front view as well as the overhang. So let's talk about what's inside. So the substrate mix is my normal mix I use for most of my inverts, which is topsoil, peat moss, and a little bit of sand. As you can see, I've used some clay balls for decoration, some sticks I've collected from outside, a nice piece of cork bark, because the plan is I'm going to put the test tube along one of the sides, most likely this side, on the side of the glass, so I can keep an eye on the colony. And what I'm hoping is that they'll move underneath this cork bark piece and start nesting under here, because in the wild, Odontomachus typically lay their the queens will usually start their colonies within cracks and rocks or underneath a log or something like that. So I'm hoping that they'll move underneath this piece of cork bark. I've used some frog moss in each corner. I've used a piece of pothos. As you can see here, what I'm hoping is that the pothos will grow along and it'll just give them some space to climb, and I can spray it and they can have a drink off it, so they don't need to have like a water dish or something like that. But I will of course include like maybe a bottle cap or something for them to drink out of.
I've added some dried sphagnum moss around for a little bit of texture, as well as sand. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I put together for this enclosure. It's going to look really nice with them moving around. And I don't know if you can see, oh, actually you can see one just down there. I've added a little bit of red springtails, which I thought was quite fitting. You can see there's a couple there on screen right now, because, you know, the common name for rixosus is the red trapjaw ant. So I figured that, you know, red springtails, red trapjaw ant, maybe they'll take off in here. I've not actually used red springtails in a enclosure just yet, so we'll see how they do in here, if they take off or not. If not, I can always buy a culture and sprinkle some more in there. But yeah, so now that we've got the terrarium set up, let's get them rehoused, preferably in this corner. Alright guys, so now we move on to the part where I introduce the colony into the terrarium. Now, I would have shown me putting the test tube on the side of the enclosure, but unfortunately the test tube was a little bit longer, so I had to push the cotton down a little more and cut away some of the test tube. But don't worry, I didn't harm any of the ants. I just had to push the cotton down just so they were out of the way whilst I was cutting the test tube. That's why if you see there's a little bit of a crack there, it's because I had to crack the test tube for it to fit inside. But eventually, what I'm hoping they do is that they'll just move out and they'll move into the cork bark piece. But yeah, so for now, they'll be in this test tube. And yeah, so pretty much I just got to take the cotton out and see if any of the workers will decide to come out. Just like so. There we go. All right, and you can see already, there's a couple workers coming out and exploring around. Absolutely stunning. Like, the difference between these and Odontomachus monticola is quite obvious. And yeah, you'll see a couple scouts, they'll come out and they'll walk around, and once they realize it's a really nice enclosure for them, they'll tell the rest of the nest. And hopefully what I'm hoping they'll do is they'll move out into the cork bark piece. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed putting this enclosure together. I really like the way it looks. But if you guys who are more seasonal ant keepers do believe that there is a more suitable way of setting up this terrarium, do let me know, and I'm more than happy to add extra bits here and there. And yeah, so that's pretty much the end of today's video, guys. I'm hoping to get some feeding footage and hopefully get the sounds of them clicking their trap jaws. You can see that they can open their jaws really wide. And yeah, so that's pretty much the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the outro.
So that is the end of today's video, guys. What do you think? I'm really happy with how the enclosure has turned out. The ants already love it, as you saw from the end of the video. The ants literally moved in a couple hours after rehousing them into the terrarium, and I have been seeing them foraging around. Hopefully in the future I will get some feeding clips, but of course, them being in a new terrarium, they weren't really too interested in the food. They were more interested in looking into their environment and seeing if it's safe to move in. They did absolutely what I wanted them to do, was move under the cork bark. So hopefully in the future I'll be seeing lots of workers roaming around. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And again, if you do have any tips for improving the terrarium, do let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate if you would click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you guys don't miss out on future content. I also really appreciate if you guys will follow me on Instagram, jeremyswild1_ as well as jeremyswildworld.sales. I'm really active on Instagram, posting pictures and videos of the animals and inverts I keep when I don't upload on YouTube. So that's all from me today, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.